To make our stand-up paddle boarder, you're going to need 5 A4 sheets of paper, some cardboard, like the kind that comes in Amazon packaging, some felt tip pens, sellotape, and scissors. I'll give you a wee second to go and get that, then we'll get started. The first thing we're going to do is make our stand-up paddle boarder. We're going to take a sheet of A4 paper and we're going to start at the corner and we're going to roll it really tightly. So you want to keep it nice and tight and you want to roll it up. So very slowly, nice and tight, so we get a long, thin tube. And once it's at fair length, you can just roll it along the table. Okay, and we are then going to take a bit of tape and just stick it on there so it doesn't unroll. So we've got one long tube. We now need to do it 2 more times. So we've now got 3 long tubes. These are going to be the legs, body, and paddle for our paddle boarder. We're just going to pop them to the side and get our last sheet of A4 paper. We're going to fold this in half, open it back up, and cut down the half. Putting one sheet to the side, we're going to take this other sheet and roll it into a small tube. This is going to be the arms for our person. So we've now got 4 tubes. Let's now start building our person. We're going to take the first tube, find roughly where the middle is, and we are going to half it. So these are going to be our legs, and we might want to just fold the bottom so that we get some wee feet. So these are going to be the feet of our person. We're then going to take our other tube and we are going to half it again all the way, and we're going to get a bit of tape and we're just going to put the tape round it so that it stays closed. And you can see I've not done a very good job of halving it there, so I'm just going to cut the bottoms off so it's the same. And we're going to attach that to the top of our legs, as this here is the body. So we've got some more tape and we are going to attach it like so. Okay. Next up is our arms. So we're going to kind of fold them in the middle to give him a shoulder, and then bend halfway down again to give him elbows. And we're going to attach that near the top of our body. And we're just going to use the sellotape and cross it over like so, almost as if we are doing a cross lashing. Okay, so we've now got our person. He's got his legs, his body, and his arm. Next thing is a head, and that's what we're going to use our last sheet of paper for. And I'm going to draw the head of a person. Okay, I'm not the best at drawing, so it doesn't really matter what your person is like. And I'm going to cut him out now. We now have our finished head, so we're going to attach it to the body. I'm going to put the body facing away from us, and I'm going to put the head underneath, and I'm going to attach it on like so. So now we have our finished paddle boarder. Our paddle boarder now needs a paddle, so that's what we're going to use this other piece of card for. We're going to kind of go 3/4 of the way down, fold it, half that, and fold it, and this is going to be our paddle, so we're just going to take a bit of tape and fold that over. And then I'm going to get my wee scrap piece of paper from when I drew my head, and I'm just going to draw around that, and we'll cut that out. If you want, we could colour it in or draw a wee pattern on it. And then we're just going to tape this on. So I'll put a piece of tape over that corner. So that's going to come round and catch. So that's now our paddle. We've got a paddle boarder with his paddle. Put the paddle into his hand, like so. Again, just using some sellotape to do so. We've now got our paddle boarder. Let's go and make their paddle board. To make the paddle board, we are going to use some strong cardboard, the kind that you'd find in Amazon or any other packaging. And a paddle board is an oval shape. So you can get an adult or you could have a go at free drawing it. And if you want, you could decorate it. So I'm going to put a bit of red at the front of mine.
I'm going to put some purple at the back. And maybe some green in the middle.
You can decorate it however you want. And then we're just going to cut it out. So once we've got a paddle board cut out, we're ready for our paddle boarder to take his stance on the board. And I'm just going to tape him to the board so that he stays upright. And we want the tape as close to his heels as possible. And there we have our finished paddle boarder. Now mine's standing upright, but if yours doesn't stand upright, what you can do is get a wee scrap of your paper and make another thin tube just by rolling the corner, taping it, fold it in half, and then just taping it behind one of his legs, and that will keep him upright. Now that you've got your paddle builder made, it's time to go and launch them onto some water and see if they float. And there we have it, a floating paddle boarder. How did yours get on? Share with us on our Facebook page or via email your paddle boarder.